So here we are, the first night that was 32 degrees in Kansas, and I have my tomatoes covered with a light, thin sheet. The sun's starting to come out now, so I think I'm going to uncover them. But here I am in October, and I don't have my tomatoes all the way done. I don't know if it's because of my yard or if it is the way it is in this area, but I have a hard time getting my tomatoes done before October, and then I'm fighting the freeze trying to get them done. So wish me luck on that. So today I thought we would talk a little bit about preparing for cold weather. I know some of you have already been hit with it. I've been told by some people in Wisconsin they already have snow. We don't have snow yet, but it is definitely getting cold. I did not want to turn on the heat, so I'm cooking a big pot of beans to kind of warm up the house. I'm working from home today because I just hate to turn on the heat this early. And then of course I'm drinking something warm. And I'm trying some of the tips that other people have given me about drinking day-old coffee. I added an extra cup of water and went ahead and brewed the grounds that were already in there today, and to see if it would taste okay. And you know what? It tasted absolutely fine. It heated up what was left on the pot. I think I can do this, save a little bit there. So that's one thing you will find on this channel. I am frugal. I was raised by Depression era parents. The way I look at it, everybody has specialties in some areas. I was raised frugally. I have raised 6 children frugally, and I've ran businesses frugally and successfully. And so you're going to hear some different tips and tricks on here. Take what you will. I'm glad to have you join me today. Today I thought we would talk a little bit about how to keep warm in the winter. As we're moving into winter, like I said, I don't want to turn on my heat yet. We did run the little space heater on low in our bedroom last night. We're upstairs. We have a yard that has a lot of trees, and with having a lot of yard and trees, it will stay cooler in the house in the summer, but it'll also stay sometimes a little cooler in the winter. That sun doesn't really get to us. And so we use blankets. I'm wearing my sweater, I'm wearing layers. I'm keeping my hair down, which I think that's something that we did growing up. We didn't get our hair cut, and I had long hair my entire childhood through high school. In fact, I never had a haircut until I could afford to get one on my own, because my mom always said girls wear long hair. But I'm thinking now girls wore long hair for warmth, because I have found when I've cut my hair shorter, my neck is so cold, and sometimes I will even wear a scarf and my hair down to keep extra warm. So it is an extra layer of warmth. We also have an electric mattress pad in our bed with dual controls. That saves us in the winter, along with the big heavy blankets on top, and then the little space heater that just basically takes the chill off. I grew up with an electric blanket. I thought they were the best, but I guess now they just don't make them quite as great as they used to. So the electric mattress pad is probably the best, safest next choice, since the electric blankets just aren't that great right now. So I'm cooking on the stovetop, trying to get some heat going in the house with that. I like to bake and cook things on the stovetop when it's cold. I like to have a candle burning. I don't know why. I think it just makes me feel warmer, even if it's not. And so we keep a blanket by the chair. I use that in the evenings, and then I have a big fluffy cat that sits on my lap that helps keep me warm as well. And so we are trying to make it through just a few more, maybe week or two, before we have to turn on the heat. Propane is so high right now. I know my next delivery is going to be another $600, $700, $800, and so I'm just trying to put that off as long as I can, which I'm sure a lot of you feel the same way with the way costs have been and winter coming. I also wear shoes in the house. I know we talked in the last video about a lot of people wearing shorts through the winter. I wear shoes and socks in the house or house slippers. Sometimes I'll even have a robe on over my clothes. My kids grew up wearing robes over their clothes. Our house doesn't heat super well because it's an old farmhouse, and the one propane heater doesn't really circulate the heat. So their bedrooms would get chilly and they would wear robes over their clothes to keep warm. Nothing wrong with that. It's a very old-fashioned thing. I'm not sure how many kids or adults have robes nowadays, but they are a great investment to keep you warm. They don't hinder your activity or your movement, and they warm you up from neck all the way to ankle. And so if you haven't invested in a good robe this winter, that might be a way for you to not keep your house quite as warm and to get by a little bit by spending less on your heating and just putting a small investment into a robe. So like I said, we all have special qualities about us. We all have expertise. When my kids first suggested that I started a YouTube, I just thought they were crazy because I'm kind of an introvert and it's really hard for me to talk in front of people, even though I have had to do it many times in my life for work. But I thought they were crazy, and they said, Mom, you have frugal tips you can share. You have history of growing up with Depression era parents that you can share. And so sometimes you will hear things on my channel that are way more old-fashioned than maybe you care to use. Or maybe it will trigger a memory and you say, hey, I remember my grandparents or my parents doing that and I'd forgotten about that. And let's try that. And so I hope that these videos bring you some wealth of knowledge that has maybe been stored away or forgotten. I also have a frugal recipe playlist that I hope you will check out to help save money on food. And I'm working on a cookbook for the winter and holidays that will be out hopefully before the end of October. So I'll keep you posted on that. So thank you so much for watching today and taking a little peek into my frugal country life. And I hope to see you in the next video.